Invocation and pledge of allegiance to the flag. Lord, give our committee wisdom when we do what's right for the people of this parish. Help us to remember that we're representing all the residents of Rapides Parish, and we want to do right by them and make sure that everyone knows that you are the Father and the Lord. We ask this in Christ's name. Amen. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Mr. Basket. Mrs. Kaufman.
Here.
Mr. Stanley. Mr. Shand.
Here.
Mr. Beauregard. Ms. Small. Ms. Brayton. Here. Mr. Glorioso. Here. Ms. Pierce.
Here.
Dr. Walker.
Excellent. And I have a motion to adopt the minutes. Second motion. Second. A second. All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Let me know how to say it.
Okay, anyone in the audience like to make any public comment? This is the point where we want to allow.
I do on agenda 6.
Tim,
Can I come in?
yeah, you can come over.
I have a personal experience with Katie Ambulance. A heart patient, and they had to be called. And long story short, they were with him about 30 minutes after they brought him to Rapides and left. All they did was basically hook him up to a machine and check his heart rate, and he had to go. Well, he got a $3,300 bill. His insurance company paid $17 now. I have insurance here that he has it with his company where he works, but it's my understanding that Acadian isn't in anyone's network. And when he called to address it, to try to negotiate, he went to his insurance first to say, hey, why didn't y'all pay more on this? Because they only paid like $17. And ended up, I said, well, Acadian's not the network. And he said, well, that's the only choice that we have. We don't have another in Rapides Parish, another ambulance company. So he called Acadian to negotiate with the bill. The lady was extremely rude to him and told him, you owe it, you pay it, or we'll sue you. So I just want to complain about us not having, because I think Acadian being the only choice in town, they can charge him for customers how they want.
Could you give us your name?
Renee Billingsley.
Thank you. Anyone else? Any public comment?
Yes, sir, Dr. Paul. My name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr. I live at 3638 10th Street in Alexandria, Louisiana, 71302. My phone number is area code 318-446-6934. I give all that information because people call me and stuff like that. November 1st, I had a medical emergency at my house. Now, I don't know about the billing and all like that, but my bill's been taken care of, whatever insurance I have. And so this is the first time I've ever heard Acadian not paying, or the insurance not paying on the bill, but it's good to hear that stuff. But these other ambulance services, they don't come to the city council meeting like Acadian Ambulance, because they want to hear from the public and stuff. And, you know, I think in the Boys Parish, they had to kick one out. And I think once Acadian, if they know there's a problem, they'll try to fix it, because like I said, November the 1st, I thought I had COVID, because I've had it 3 or 4 times, and it ended up being food poisoning. So I was very thankful November the 1st to have Katie and Ambulance come by my house, and I didn't have a way home. I don't have any family here, and they got me home. So I just would have been stuck there. But, if somebody has a problem with the Katy ambulance, they need to say it now. But if you don't have a problem with them and they're doing a good job, somebody needs to say that too. So thank you for letting me say what I had to say.
Anyone else in the audience? Okay, thank you all very much. Go ahead and move to the next item on the agenda. I think the entire committee has received the draft ambulance ordinance amendments and the zoning map and the request for proposal that would be representative of the ordinance for our interested businesses, ambulance businesses that would propose and submit a proposal for service, which we've already voted on for sole provider. Any reflection of the ordinance and the police bureau. So that's the recommendations of the police chair. So I would like to entertain, before we discuss or review the ordinance, we need a motion to do so. Second.
I'll make a motion that we review the ordinance.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start discussing and vote on, planning and voting on, hopefully, the draft ordinance and the zoning map. Eventually, we'll get to the RFP as well. So let's open the discussion now. On the draft ordinance.
You want to start with Exhibit A, Dr. Cordell?
Yeah, Exhibit A, one of the first items, which is, you all set the zoning map, the response times within each zone depicted in the map. Anyone that may want to look at it, you have the map in front of us. There's 3 zones, and zone 1 is 8 minutes or less, zone 2, 12 minutes or less, and zone 3, 20 minutes or less.
The map was amended by the Refuge Area Planning Commission based upon the suggestions and recommendations that the committee gave Matt John at our last meeting where we reviewed the map. You see, basically the 3 fingers that were added was out to Ball proper, out to Woodwork proper, and down to LSUA were added to zone 1. Zone 2 and zone 3 basically remained unchanged.
We did have a separate meeting that was involved in suggesting those changes. So we just need to discuss and adopt that Exhibit A, the zoning map. That would be included in the recommendations of the police chief. Any other comments?
Can we get a motion to adopt Exhibit A as it
Can we
is?
get a motion to adopt the map?
I'll make a motion to adopt Exhibit A of the zone for the zoning map for the EMS response time.
Or a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the zoning map is adopted. Now let's move on to the draft ambulance ordinance. And everybody's been given a copy of the meeting. There were some modifications made from the subcommittee, but hopefully everybody reviewed those modifications. Any discussion?
Just for the record, this is approximately the 3rd time that we've looked at this rough draft. The draft, initial redraft was prepared using the existing Beach Parish Chapter 4.5 ambulance services. A lot of the current Washington Parish ordinances were utilizing, constructing this, but it was also a combination of what Rapides Parish required as well. So we had some special requirements in some areas, such as helicopter service, that they didn't necessarily specify in their ordinances. So we felt it was important to incorporate it, what Rapides Parish considered to be specific to our ordinances. It went to the subcommittee, came back to the full committee. Some recommendations and changes were made. The subcommittee made again and incorporated the majority of those changes, not all, but the majority of it. So unless anyone else has any further comment.
We have a clarification. Okay, if there's no further comments, let's go ahead and vote on the ordinance, the draft ordinance. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, the draft ordinance is adopted.
Second.
Let's get a motion to adopt. Sorry.
Make a motion that we adopt the ordinance.
Second. We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, the next thing we want to talk about, and I need a motion in a second. You discuss and adopt the request for proposals that would reflect approved recommended ordinance and the map that we would send out to interested ambulance companies that submit proposals for this committee to review and score and ultimately recommend to the police chief.
I'll make a motion that we review the RFP.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, any comments regarding the draft RFP that everybody has in front of them? It pretty much reflects our
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I'll just make a comment to the committee members that, number one, the RFP, as Mr. Corium just said, is reflected and incorporates by reference the new ordinances that will be adopted. Number two, again, we used a good deal of Washington Parish's RFP. However, we again tweaked it to meet what Rapides Parish needs, that we thought was important to Rapides Parish in our own ordinances. Also, the section 1 and 2, introduction and general provisions, but when we get into 3, which are topics that must be addressed by the bidder's proposal, that starts on page 4. The Washington Parish actually, 2 sections were added to our proposal. Washington Parish with a total of 160 points. The committee added 2 sections to that, and our total score would be 180 points. This body has already passed several months ago a resolution that once the police jury has adopted the ordinances and the new RFP, that it be advertised with the Gannett newspapers, which owns the Advocate, and that's what we identified with the Advocate. But you can send it out where all Gannett related ones receive the same advertisement. In addition to the Town Talk, which we're required by law to put in the Town Talk, but it's a Gannett newspaper too. So in other words, we'll be running it statewide, and we've already basically been told verbally that there are 4 ambulance providers that anticipate submitting proposals once the RFP is advertised and released.
how long we're gonna advertise it.
We anticipate that we would advertise it at a minimum of 30 days. There are some blanks in it which are blank because of the fact that we're not sure what date yet the police jury will approve this. But there will be once the RFP is advertised, there will be a pre-submission conference for the proposal providers to attend, ask any questions they have in reference to the RFP to help them assemble their proposals. And then there will be a date set for the proposals to be received here. And that would have to be followed by a police jury meeting to, a meeting of this body to then make a recommendation to the police jury after scoring has been performed by the committee members here, in line with the categories listed on the RFP.
We have a lot of work to
But let me say this, you guys have already done a great deal of work. These drafts that you've got in front of you, even though we had some formats to go to, both Rapides, Pryor, and Washita, you've really done a really good job of tailoring to what you think Rapides Parish needs, because each parish has different geographical and municipal locations and response times, and I think y'all have done an excellent job of putting that together in a set of ordinances and draft ordinance. And you should probably look forward to getting some very good proposals.
If we approve this, we will have this out. When, how soon can we get it?
Well, I would anticipate the police jury can take it up. I know we've got the holidays coming up, but probably within the next 3 weeks, the police jury can take it up for approval.
Very good. Any other discussion on the request for proposal draft?
Will it come back to the board if they make any alterations or
Yes,
recommendations?
if they decide that they wanted to make some recommendations or alterations, they'll bring it back to the committee.
But they really have to approve the ordinance and the map, obviously, and the ordinance. Daylights would be putting out their RFP.
Right.
Our work, ordinance can go over to peers and be over to this. And then they'll approve with changes or without.
Except for when it comes time to score it.
Right.
Yes,
But if they do change the RFP, we'll give a copy of the changes.
yes.
Yeah, the score is gonna be independent, but it's not a mandate to the jury, they still make a decision. All right, let's go ahead and vote on the request for proposal draft.
I'll make a motion that we accept the RFP as written.
Second. We have a second. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. Anybody have any other comments from the advisory committee?
I want to thank everyone for the intense amount of work, participation y'all have done, and we still have a good bit more to do, but it's been excellent so far.
We're not gonna set a meeting date today.
No, not yet.
We'll wait to see
Not-
what happens.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion.
Second.
Opposed?